Hello everyone, I'm Michelle Smith and welcome to my channel. I have this adorable summertime watermelon wreath for you today. Now this watermelon wreath was made using mostly Dollar Tree items with the exception of the ribbon. I purchased that from Amazon.com. Let me go ahead and show you how to make it. Here is a list of the tools and materials I used to complete the project. For your convenience, I've also included a detailed list in the description box below. Okay, let's go ahead and get started. You're going to need a 14-inch wreath form from the Dollar Tree. You're also going to need 3 packages of red deco mesh, 3 packages of the white deco mesh, and 3 packages of the green deco mesh. You're going to need a package of pipe cleaners. Go ahead and cut those in half. You're going to need a good pair of scissors or a rotary cutter, and if you're using a rotary cutter, you're going to need a cutting mat. And you're going to need a yardstick. Okay, so I've laid out my mesh. You want to go ahead and layer your mesh. I have my white, my green, and my red. And what I do is I layer them. I lay my yardstick on top so I can measure the pieces. We're going to be cutting them at 20 inches. This method I designed. It is called the folded ruffle method. I designed it because working with the Dollar Tree mesh, when you're doing a cut method, you tend to have a lot of fraying. And this method greatly reduces your problems with fraying. It doesn't completely eliminate it, but it really does reduce it compared to the standard ruffle method. So I lay all of my rolls out and I keep something heavy at the end so that they don't roll up on me. And then go ahead and measure at 20 inches and cut your mesh. And just to make it easy, I layer them so one cut gives me 3 pieces. Now how you make your little bundle, you go ahead and you take your mesh and you fold the 2 ends over each other and make a loop. And they're folded over about 1 inch. Press down in the middle, hold, and flip over. And then just like you would with a regular ruffle, you grab one end and then you scrunch it up in the middle. Pinch it tight. And go ahead and grab your pipe cleaner. Wrap it around the center. Pull securely. And then twist that down. And that gives you a nice ruffle. Now the reason why this reduces the fraying is because those cut edges are on the bottom and folded in. Okay? Let me show you one more time. So take the 2 ends, fold them over by about 1 inch. So it makes a loop. Press down, grab it, and flip it over. Hold it in the middle, grab one end, and scrunch up, just like you would with a regular ruffle. Once you get it tight in the center, go ahead and wrap your pipe cleaner. Okay. To attach it to your frame, you'll want to attach the first one on the 2 middle bars. The second one you'll attach to the outside bar and the second bar. And then you'll go back to attach to the 2 bars in the middle. So 2 bars in the middle, 2 bars on the outside, 2 bars in the middle, 2 bars on the outside. Okay. So the first one, we'll get down there on the 2 bars in the middle. You just fold it through, grab it, and twist it. And then all I do is I take those little ends and I just tuck them down. And then your next one, you want to go ahead and attach to the 2 bars on the outside. Okay, 2 bars in the middle, 2 bars on the outside. And then the next one would be green, and then you just keep alternating the same colors and going up and down. You will have 6 on the outer bar and 6 on the middle bar. So a total of 12 for each section. This is what it looks like. I have done 2 sections. I have 6 on the top and 6 on the bottom. Now the reason why I didn't put all of them on the same is because it'll look very striped because they're really even. When you move them so you have some at the top and some at the bottom, it mixes together the colors a little bit better and they don't look so striped. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to finish my base. So the base is all done. I'm really happy with how it came out. Now usually after I get the base on, I do go through and do a little cleanup. So I just go through and any funky strings that are sticking out, I just trim all those off. If you get any ends, any of the fray ends, like this little piece of white, I just trim it off. But as you can tell, you don't get as much fraying from this method than you do with the regular ruffle method. Okay, so let's go ahead and set this aside. Next, we're going to go ahead and prep our ribbon. So I picked these 2 ribbons up from the Dollar Tree. This is a red and white gingham, and this is 5/8 of an inch by 9 feet. And this is just your standard green grosgrain. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. But this is also 5/8 of an inch at 5 yards. And then from Amazon.com, I picked this guy up. I will have the link to this in the description box. So I picked this watermelon ribbon up. It's very satiny. It says that it's a wired edge ribbon, but you really don't feel that wired edge, but it does allow you to bend and it will hold shape. And this is a 1.5 inch in width, and this is a 21-foot roll. Then I also picked this ribbon up from Amazon.com, and this is 2.5 inches in width, and this is 10 yards, and I'll also have this linked in the description box below. Okay, and then you're going to need some pipe cleaners cut in half. You'll want to go ahead and cut your ribbon at 9 inches, and you will want to cut 8 pieces of each ribbon. I have all my ribbon cut at 10 inches. Now we're going to be putting the dark green with this watermelon ribbon, and then we're going to be putting the gingham with this watermelon ribbon. Okay. So what you want to do is go ahead and fold the ends together, and then on the small ribbons I'm just going to cut at one angle to the side so that it looks like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and dovetail the large ribbon. Fold the 2 ends together, fold it in half, and then cut a triangle. And then you have dovetailed ends. Then go ahead and lay the little ribbon on top of the large one. Go ahead and put a pipe cleaner in the middle. Fold it up so that you make sure you do have it in the middle. and then pull that pipe cleaner nice and tight, and then twist. So your little bundle will look like this. You have the dark green in the middle. Okay, so you'll want to make 8 of these, and then you'll do the same thing to these 2 ribbons. Just cut an angle on the small ribbon and then dovetail the large and put them together so you have 8 bundles like this. Okay, so go ahead and put all your bundles together. Now that I have all of my ribbon bundles done, we're going to go ahead and prepare our sign. And I picked this up from the Dollar Tree. It's in their summer section. I thought it was really cute, and it says "Hello Summer." So first thing you're going to want to do is go ahead and remove the jute cord that is used to hang the sign. And then you're going to need 2 pipe cleaners, and we're going to attach those to either end of the sign. And that's all you have to do, is just put a nice little dollop of glue down there. And then lay your pipe cleaner in there. You want to make sure you get the glue in the middle. And then I usually go ahead and add another dollop of glue on top. Now where I live in Northern California in the summertime, it gets very hot here. We can have triple digits up to a month every single day. So I found that anything that I hang on my front door during the summer, I can't just use hot glue to attach things. So where these holes are that the sign originally hung from, I'm going to use those and some floral wire and also attach the sign there. That way, if my glue does melt, that the sign will not fall off. But if you don't have really hot summers and you don't have to worry about that, then gluing down your pipe cleaners and using that to attach will be sufficient. So you want to go ahead and set this aside so it can completely dry and set up before we attach. Okay, so the sign is nice and dry. I've gone ahead and added 2 pieces of the floral wire. I just ran it through the hole, pulled it to the back, and twisted it, and that will allow me to attach that. All you need to do is to take your pipe cleaners and your floral wire and feed it to the back. Decide where you want your sign. I'm going to put mine right in the middle. I think I'm going to do it at a slight angle. So you just take those pipe cleaners, go ahead and feed them through the deco mesh to the wire frame and tie it onto the wire frame. So just push them aside, go down, get both ends in there. Just make sure you get it around one of the wire rings. You don't want to pull too tight, just do 1 or 2 twists until you know you've got it in the correct position. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get that wired on. My sign is on nice and secure, and now I'm going in and putting in my ribbons, and I'm starting with the largest one. Now we have 8 of each bundle, so divide your wreath into 4 sections, and 2 of each goes into each quarter. That way you get it nice and even. And then when I place my ribbon, I usually do 1 on the inside, 1 near the outside, 1 near the inside, and do that all the way around the wreath. Then you'll go in with your second one and fill in, and the same thing. You have 2 of these ribbons per quarter section of the wreath. By the time you get all of them in, it'll look nice and full. The reason why I like to put my ribbon in after I have my mesh on is I end up using half the amount of ribbon than I would if I attach the ribbon to the mesh and then put it on. You're able to strategically place your ribbon, and that way you can see everything that you have. Okay? And it's very simple, just like you did with the sign. You want to take your section, separate it out, go all the way down to the bar. Wrap those pipe cleaners around a bar, twist it on, flip it back over, and then you can go ahead and fluff. So what I do is I just like to lift them up, and then I bend those ends down so that you can see the ribbon. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add in all of my ribbon, and then I'll come back and I'll show you the finished product. Okay, so we're all done. I did go ahead and add in all of my ribbon bundles. I did go back and make one more additional ribbon bundle of each, so 9 of each, and it filled in everything very nicely. I'm very happy. It's nice, bright, and cheery. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed today's craft. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. It really does help out my channel. It's always a pleasure to see you. I hope you and your family are all staying happy, healthy, and strong. You have a great day, and I will catch you next time.